What actually creates those breakthrough moments in coaching, the ones where you can almost see the light bulb appear above your client's head? Is it magic, luck, a perfectly crafted question that unlocks everything, or is something else at work? This is where transformation actually happens. And I'm going to let you in on something that might surprise you about what makes those breakthrough moments possible. You've seen it happen. The client's eyes light up, their whole energy shifts, and suddenly something clicks into place that wasn't there a moment before. It's one of the most rewarding experiences in coaching. But here's the thing, if you think that moment came from some magical question you asked, you're only seeing part of the picture. Understanding what actually creates awareness is the foundation of masterful coaching. And it's more nuanced than most new coaches realize. Here's how ICF defines this competency. Take a look at that definition on screen for a moment. Every word matters, but one word holds the key to everything. Facilitates, not creates, not produces, not delivers. Facilitates. That word choice is intentional. It means the insight and learning belong entirely to your client. You're not putting ideas into their head. You're creating the conditions where their own awareness can emerge and flourish. That's a fundamentally different orientation than teaching or advising. So what does it actually mean to facilitate rather than teach? It means the client does the discovering. The insight is theirs, not yours. Your role is to establish the environment where that awareness can naturally emerge. This isn't about sharing your wisdom. It's about unlocking theirs. And that's harder than it sounds. Because when you can see something clearly that your client can't see yet, the temptation is to just tell them, to advise, to direct. But that's not coaching, that's consulting. In coaching, we trust the client's capacity to find their own answers, and we use our skills to help them get there. Now, here's where I need to challenge something many new coaches believe. They think coaching equals asking questions. And yes, powerful questioning is essential, but it's not sufficient on its own. Questions are one tool in your toolkit, not the only tool. Silence creates space for insight to emerge. Metaphor sparks unexpected connections. And observations reflecting what you notice back to the client can be just as powerful as any question you ask. When you limit yourself to questions only, you limit what's possible in your coaching. ICF specifically names 4 tools in this competency: powerful questioning, and notice that word powerful. These aren't information gathering questions. These are questions that evoke insight and promote forward movement. Silence, strategic pauses that give your client space to think deeply, to process, to discover their own answers. Metaphor, images and comparisons that create new understanding by connecting abstract concepts to tangible experiences. An analogy, drawing parallels between situations that illuminate patterns the client hasn't yet recognized. Each of these serves a different purpose. Mastery means knowing which to reach for and when. Here's something I want you to notice. Competency 7 has 11 markers, more than any other competency in the ICF framework. That's not accidental. ICF has given this competency extraordinary attention and detail for a reason. This is where the transformation happens. Everything else you've learned, building rapport, establishing agreements, listening deeply, all of it sets the stage for this moment. All the other competencies create the conditions. Evoking awareness is where the breakthrough actually occurs. So we're going to spend significant time here unpacking each of those 11 markers and what they mean for your practice. Let me name 2 mistakes I see coaches make all the time. First, believing that coaching equals asking questions. This narrow view limits your effectiveness and reduces coaching to a simple formula. It's not. Second, thinking there's a right technique for each situation. Like coaching is some kind of paint by numbers process where you match the technique to the problem. Here's the shift I want you to make. Move from asking yourself, what technique should I use, to asking what will create insight for this client in this moment. That's the difference between technique and presence, between formula and mastery. I once watched a master coach facilitate a profound session. And here's what struck me. They asked remarkably few questions, yet the client experienced breakthrough after breakthrough. What was different? The coach used silence, observations, and reflections with exquisite timing. They knew what to offer and when. The lesson: questions are valuable, but they're not everything. Mastery means knowing what to offer when and trusting that questions aren't always the answer. Over the next several videos, we're going to move through all 11 markers of this competency. You'll shift from asking, what method should I apply, to what will create insight here, and ultimately to how do I serve this client's learning. That's the journey from technique to discernment to mastery. And it starts in the next video, where we'll explore the first marker, considering what will actually work for the unique person sitting in front of you. Because every coaching moment should start there with the person, not the technique.